What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sinister-Cast, a podcast where I talk about music, my channel, and things going on in my life. So if you're new, consider subscribing. And if you like the video, make sure to like it and share it with your friends to spread metal and my channel to the entire world. Now, today is a great day to announce something with Sinister-Cast. For now. So you may notice the title has something to do with stress, okay? So I've been kind of lackadaisical on videos and working on stuff in general the last few weeks because the last few weeks were the last few weeks of my fall semester. So finals was coming up, and just this week, I had my finals. And normally I end up with a lot of go into class, take an exam kind of finals. But just with how things worked out this semester, I had a lot of essays for finals. So I had to write a lot of essays. Instead of going into a class and taking an exam, like a multiple choice exam, I had to write papers. So it was a hectic time because I already don't have a lot of time with how much I work and stuff. And I was just, for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been nonstop working on homework and making sure I have everything in and studying and writing these papers. And just a lot of crazy shit that just took up 99% of my time. So I haven't really been able to work on too many videos a lot lately. But now that I had finals this recent week, I have my winter break until the spring semester starts, which is my last semester of my undergrad. So I got a couple weeks now for winter break before the spring semester starts up again, where I don't have any classes or anything. So I'll have a bit of extra free time. I'm going to be working a lot more just to make some extra money because obviously I don't have any other obligations other than doing stuff with my girlfriend and then you guys and YouTube. But most of the time I'll be done with my day at work at about 2:30 in the afternoon. I'll have all the rest of the day to spend time with my girlfriend, write songs, work on videos, and I've been really coming up with a lot of ideas for stuff that I want to do for this little break, as well as things that I want to get done once I graduate in the spring, when I'm officially done with all my classes, until I figure out what I'm doing for, law school or any kind of graduate school situation. But yeah, it's just a big, heavy weight has been lifted off my chest in terms of, the amount of stress that I have. Because, again, with how much I work and with the classes I had and all the work that I had to do for classes, I was overly stressed out. And it was really hard to find time to do anything besides work and school. So, that can be really difficult to deal with, especially when you're trying to do something like this, like YouTube. And even just writing my own music and stuff, which I've been making time to do a lot more. So I'm working on a lot of original stuff, you guys. And, just in general, I'm working on a lot of my own original stuff that isn't necessarily tied with the channel. Like, obviously I make original content for the channel, but I'm also writing original stuff that has nothing to do with Sinister Bunny Studios. It's just like my own music. But yeah, there's a lot less stress for me right now until the spring semester starts. But even then, it's my final semester. It'll be how many would that be? My eighth? Yeah, my 8th semester in college. So it's going to be somewhat hard because I got some final stuff to wrap up before I graduate. And, stuff with honors, because I'm in the honors college, and I got to write an honors thesis, and all this crazy stuff that I have to do before I graduate. But once that's done, it's going to be great, because I'm going to have a degree. I'm going to have, no obligations outside of work, and here with you guys and my girlfriend. And it's just going to be great in terms of time and stress and stuff. And I'm getting that senioritis I got when I was in high school. Your senior year, you're just like, oh, I'm almost done. I want to get done. Same kind of thing. But for this winter break, except for around Christmas time, which is kind of a third of the Christmas break. I'm going to be visiting with family and stuff like that. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to work on crazy videos. I'll still try to get some stuff out in some way. I got some stuff I can do when I'm out of town, which is where I'd be out of town about 2 hours away from home, visiting family. But I have a lot of ideas. And, there's a lot of, I'm really ambitious. There's a lot of ideas that I have and a lot of things that I want to do once I have a lot more free time. And, I wanted to talk about something else with you guys, but I can't remember what it was. I just now forgot. What was it? Let me see if I have it in my book. I don't remember what it was, but okay. Anyway, either way, like I said, there's a lot less stress right now for me, and hopefully that will turn into me making a lot more videos and music and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but I plan on doing it. So for the time that I'm home after work and stuff, obviously I'm going to spend more time with my girlfriend. She's a priority too. But I'm also going to be working on music and videos and stuff. And on top of that, I want to play more video games and stuff because I've got so many that I just don't play anymore. And I feel like I really need to get back into playing them. And that's one of my goals to kind of help me relax and chill out for the time that I have this break, because it is a break, and it's a break from stress. So it's just a really, really great time right now. I'm excited because I don't have class. I don't have homework to worry about. It's going to be great for now, for a little while. I get so stressed during school semesters, because there's a lot to it. There's so much to it. And because of how society is and how things have worked out, people like me have to work full time and go to school. And, I'm one of those people that I work full time and go to school full time. So it can be very, very stressful a lot of times. It can get pretty crazy and pretty hectic in terms of my levels of anxiety and depression and stress and all those great annoying emotions and feelings that you get when you're under a lot of pressure. But you'll be happy to note and happy to hear that I got good grades for this semester. So that's a plus. I got A's. It's good on me, I guess. But it is stressful nonetheless. So, I guess I don't have a very strong direction with this Sinister-Cast other than telling you guys that. But I'd probably just want to mention that, I know some of you are in high school. I'm not sure what level, but you might be going to college here soon, here in the next year or a couple of years. You just need to know that you need to make time for yourself and, find ways to alleviate your anxiety and stress, regardless of I'm not sure what it is. For me, a lot of times it was writing music and playing guitar, and playing video games. So those were the ways that I relieve stress and anxiety, and how I can escape from the world, and even making videos. That's another way. So it's really important that you find something that you love and something that you like to do to help relieve stress or help you escape the shitty fucking world around you. It's really important to do that, because if you don't, it can get very, very overwhelming. And I've let myself get to that point a couple times since I've been in college. It's a really different experience, and it's a really different kind of lifestyle. You have to be on top of things, or you can fall under pretty quickly, and you need to be somewhat organized, because if you're not, like I said, you could fall under pretty quickly, and it can make your stress that much worse. So you just need to be able to be organized and stay on top of things, and make sure that you also make time for yourself, whatever that may be, because There's a couple times early on in my college career where I just let myself kind of fall under, and boy, oh boy, that was really stressful. And at the time, I was, alone. I was living alone. I was with my girlfriend still. We've been together since high school, but we, I think I've talked about it before. We went to two different schools in our state, and we were only less than 2 hours away from each other, so we still saw each other, but we weren't living together. So a majority of our time we were quote unquote alone, and it's easy when you're alone like that to fall into the bad habits of stress and anxiety and depression and stuff like that. And I can't speak too much from this point because the most that I have experience with is stress and anxiety, because I put a lot of pressure on myself. I had a lot of pressure put on me growing up, and it's just kind of how I think. But and I've had my bouts with depression and stuff like that in the past, but I don't want to preach that I've been through so much depression and all that kind of stuff. I can't really speak on that level too much. I can speak to a certain extent because I can tell you I have had situations of depression. I've been depressed before, but I don't have like chronic depression. I don't have a major issue, or at least I don't think I do. But I don't want to like overstep by, saying things that I shouldn't speak from. But, it can be really, really terrible. There's a lot of stress that comes with even just going to college. It's another couple years of school, and you might already be burned out after high school. There might be high expectations on you from friends, family to do really well or to do a certain profession. There's a lot of stress on picking out what you want to do, and finding what that thing is that you want to research and study in school. And, on top of that, there's dealing with all your assignments, making sure you get good grades, also trying to live, make a living somehow. Unless you somehow score like a scholarship for your school and they pay for your room and board and stuff like that, then that's great. That's a whole nother thing. But for people like me, I didn't get much help in terms of that kind of thing. So I was paying for stuff. My parents were helping me pay for stuff, and I had to work. So, you also got to worry about getting a job, maybe multiple jobs. There's times in my freshman and sophomore year of college that I was working multiple jobs. And that can be stressful in itself, And the biggest thing with college and working and stuff like that is it just, at least in my experience, you don't have a normal, consistent schedule. It's always changing because classes change from semester to semester. Classes can be spread out all over the place during the week, and then you have to kind of fit in your work in between those spaces. So your schedule on a day-to-day basis changes radically, and that can be really, really cumbersome, exhausting, and detrimental to your physical and mental health, honestly, because, you don't get enough sleep, you're really stressed out, and you're not in a regular rhythm, and it's hard to find one. I've only recently gotten into somewhat of a regular rhythm. I was working second shift for a long time, so that made things really weird. I'd get all my classes done early on and then go to work, which really sucked. But then I finally, over the summer, was able to switch over to first shift. So I work from 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. That's that 8-hour block. But I was working 6 a.m. to noon and then going to classes and, being done by 5 o'clock. And I think 6:30 was the latest. So, that consistency helped me to kind of cope a little bit more because Monday through Friday, I knew that I worked in the morning at 6 a.m. Monday through Thursday, I got done at noon and went to class. And then Fridays, I worked until 2:30 and I had no class. So that was a little bit of a consistent and regular schedule to kind of anchor things down, and it made me a little more sane. But and now that I scheduled my final semester here, I made sure to keep my work schedule the same, and I kind of found class times working around work, which you probably shouldn't do right away. You probably should schedule your work time around your classes because classes are your main priority. That's why you're in school. You're paying for it, so they might as well be your priority. But I just have a different way of thinking, and, it's just over the years of going through work and class and work and class, it's just kind of what I feel like was the best way for me to be the least bit stressed and anxious. So that's what I've done. And so I'm going to have the same schedule for this spring. I'm going to be working from 6 a.m. to about noon, Monday through Thursday, and then Fridays I get out at 2:30 and I have no class. And to me, that's great. I can deal with that. That's fine. I don't have to work weekends. I don't have to work weird schedules. I get most of my stuff done by about 5 o'clock every day. And, then I can sit and relax and hang out with my girlfriend, work on a video, work on a song, play a game, watch TV, watch videos, then go to bed and do it all over again, which it's stressful, but it's nice to have that regular schedule. So if you guys are ever wondering of a way to help relieve stress and anxiety in terms of school and work and balancing all that, that's definitely a really good way, is just finding a regular schedule if you can. Otherwise, just do the best you can, because, you're going to probably end up with an irregular schedule. And I know it sucks. I've been there, but you kind of power through it. And once you get through and you get to a situation where you can have a regular schedule, it just makes it that much better. And then you're a million times better. And then you do great things, and then you're just awesome. So that's my rant, at least thus far. So thank you guys so much for watching. And like I always say, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next video after this really weird outro. Stay metal, my friends.